Saint Blaise Biography. Feast day is February 3rd. Saint Blaise was the bishop of Sebastia and a doctor. The first known record of the saint's life comes from the medical writings of Aetius Amidinus, where he is recorded as helping with patients suffering from objects stuck in their throat. Many of the miraculous aspects of Saint Blaise's life are written of 400 years after his martyrdom in the Acts of Saint Blaise. Saint Blaise is believed to begin as a healer, then eventually became a physician of souls. He then retired to a cave, where he remained in prayer. People often turned to Saint Blaise for healing miracles. In 316, the governor of Cappadocia and of Lesser Armenia, Agricola, arrested then Bishop Blaise for being a Christian. On their way to the jail, a woman set her only son, who was choking to death on a fish bone, at his feet. Blaise cured the child, and though Agricola was amazed, he could not get Blaise to renounce his faith. Therefore, Agricola beat Blaise with a stick and tore at his flesh with iron combs before beheading him. In another tale, Blaise was being led to the prison in Sebastia, and on the way came across a poor old woman whose pig had been stolen by a wolf. Blaise commanded the wolf return the pig, which it did, alive and uninjured to the amazement of all. When he reached Sebastia, the woman came to him and brought 2 fine wax candles in an attempt to dispel the gloom of his darkened cell. In the Middle Ages, Blaise became quite popular and his legend as a beast tamer spread. He was then referred to as the Saint of the Wild Beast. Many German churches are dedicated to Saint Blaise, sometimes called Saint Blasius. In Great Britain, the village of Saint Blaise got its name from Saint Blaise, and a church dedicated to the saint can be found in Deacon hamlet of Hacombe, near Newton Abbot. There is a Saint Blaise's well in Kent, and the water is believed to have medicinal properties. A blessing of the throat ceremony is held every February 3rd at St. Etheldrada's Church in London and Balve, Germany. A Catholic middle school was named after St. Blaise in Bradford, West Yorkshire. The name was decided upon when the link between Bradford and the woolen industry was connected to the way St. Blaise was martyred. With woolcomb, St. Blaise is often depicted holding 2 crossed candles in his hand, or in a cave with wild animals. He is also often shown with steel combs. The similarity of the steel combs and the wool combs made a large contribution to Saint Blaise's leadership as the patron saint of wool combers and the wool trade. Saint Blaise fun facts. Raised as a Christian in a rich family, he became a bishop. In a vision, God appeared to him and told him to flee. To avoid persecution, He lived in the hills with sick animals and cared for them. He was later captured and while imprisoned, cured a boy choking on a fish bone. He was ordered to be killed for refusing to renounce his faith and love of God. As we reflect upon these stories that have been passed down through the years, perhaps the most important story to reflect upon is the story of faith that so many people have had for many centuries in the intercession of Saint Blaise. From the people who might have sought his prayers at the time of his ministry, to those who sought his intercession during the Black Death centuries ago, to the priestly blessings today at Mass using candles to bless throats, God has used Saint Blaise in ways that he could have never foretold. This should reassure us that God wants us to turn to the intercession of the saints in our time of need. Though God is fully capable of directly answering our prayers, he often chooses to use the mediation of others to impart his grace. Reflect upon your own devotion to Saint Blaise and all the saints. Seek out your special patron and trust your prayers to him or her, and know that when you do, your patron offers you and your needs to God. Feast day is February 3rd. Prayer. Saint Blaise, you accepted the will of God as it was expressed through the acclamation of the people to become their shepherd. You lovingly spread the faith, healed the sick, and laid down your life as a martyr. Please pray for me and my family that we may be kept safe from all illness, especially illnesses of the throat, and pray that I will have the same courage you had to be a witness to Christ, even to the point of death. Saint Blaise, pray for me. Jesus, I trust in you.